Uh-oh.
So today was the first time in a while that me and Mom got Mark's Pizzeria. I believe it's the first time in months. She didn't want to get the usual two-pan pizzas. So I went on the Mark's Pizzeria website and instead I found a coupon to get a free medium cheese pizza intended for my mom. But I get a large pizza with 2 or more toppings. In this case, the large chicken bacon ranch pizza with crispy chicken or chicken fingers rather than the grilled chicken. I also got the 1 pound mac and cheese dinner. As well as because Mom said she was running out of Coca-Cola, a 2-liter bottle of Coca-Cola. Which I don't believe has been opened at this point. I had 2 slices of chicken bacon ranch pizza. The delivery person was Caucasian and male and seemed to be high school age. Seemed to be pretty young to me. And he had the same name as me. It came to about $44 and I think 16 cents. If I saw on the receipt that was written on that paper plate sort of divider that they used on for the as a sort of lid for the mac and cheese dinner, presumably to keep it from going stale. Oh. I think we ended up giving about, I recall it was a $4 tip. Something like that. I think I ended up briefly falling asleep. Could have been anywhere from 6 to 7 p.m. Then I woke up somewhere between 8 and 8:30 p.m. I made the Mark's Pizzeria delivery call, at around 9 or so. Or maybe it was at around, I think it was more at around 8:45 p.m. Mom got home from the band show she did for pretty much the entirety of the day, which is why I was left home alone to essentially create 2 custom business-friendly characters for the 99th Dan Hamming, or at least that's the thought that ultimately came into fruition, although I ended up making the second custom business-friendly character very late in the day. It seems to me these days I'm the only one who provides any sort of goods for the fellowship adventures within my fellowship. Someone else at least provided a blacksmith guild badge, which isn't easy because in order to get the blacksmith guild badge you have to produce 5 toolboxes, and that's the 1-day supplies production period. The basket of groceries is the 9-hour one. This pizza tastes pretty good. At some point, I think it was about around 3 p.m., I cooked one of those Daily Harvest sweet potato flatbread pizzas that Mom keeps within our freezer. I went with a sort of midpoint of 22 minutes. Set the oven for 22 minutes after preheating it for 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Right as the upper oven was going to reach that 450 degree preheat level, Everything got prepped. I was able to find one oven mitt right away, but for the other one needed to be safe because there's still quite a bit of clutter on this table. It took a while for me to find a second oven mitt on this dining room table. From what I recall, this is the dining room section, which is usually interconnected with the kitchen area, as the kitchen area is the place where you store your refrigerator, your oven, a microwave, and a dishwasher, those sort of appliances, although theoretically you can have all of those appliances separately, but I don't think that's very common. I was hoping that the time between setting the 22-minute timer after putting the frozen flatbread in, which sort of broke off as I ripped off the plastic wrap after removing it from its cardboard box. After removing the box out of the refrigerator, I also hoped that the additional time it would take for me to take the flatbread out of the oven once the timer went off to signal it was done baking would result in me reaching the intended midpoint of 22 minutes and 30 seconds, since the cooking time range was from 20 minutes to 25 minutes. I also finished the styrofoam drawing that I started at, I believe it was at the Willow. I finished that styrofoam drawing today. It was a bit of a hassle drawing and coloring in that depression within the back area, but that's often a price you have to pay when it comes to free styrofoam pieces. I wonder if there's any other cultural buildings that are going to have to be updated at some point. I'm currently here in regards to the ancient wonders I've unlocked. here within the Prosperity Towers. Yeah, I only need one more broken shard, then I can forge another rune. I'm currently here on the research tree. I'm pretty close to maxing out the Orc settlement. Also, today, Dad took part in a fantasy football draft. I'm not entirely sure if it was at home or at another location, though. I'm currently leaning towards the latter. Even though I think you can very easily do a fantasy football draft at home by hosting, if they host it online. There was a point in which I took part in something similar, but it was based off the TV show Deadliest Catch, so... And that was years ago, but I believe the YouTube video for that is still there. Buried somewhere within my YouTube channel. I'll have to check at some point. And then Dad pretty much spent the rest of the day at home within his apartment unit, spending a good amount of time playing Call of Duty. I think it was Black Ops 4 or something similar to that. And there was a point in which I got a robocall with where they didn't say anything in response to me saying hello, and then repeating that. Right as I was taking the baking sheet out of the upper oven and kind of placing it near the sink in the hopes of avoiding wood burn damage. And also getting a spoon because I included some rice with the flatbread pizza, but I believe I ended up eating that lunch. I believe I took it up to my room. Or something like that. I at least have an inclination that I did that, but I'm not entirely sure of that at the moment. And I believe I also had the last sparkling ice beverage that was orange mango flavored. With that lunch. I believe I ate all the food of that lunch at this dining room table, then took whatever was left of that sparkling ice beverage up to my room. And when I woke up, my urine was pretty dark. So I made sure to drink the rest of that sparkling ice beverage in order to rehydrate myself. Typically, when I make custom business-friendly characters, I'll just do so with no particular plan in mind, or maybe just something vague. I mean, I'll still end up creating characters that I like the appearance of. I like the doctor character I created, and then again, the two custom characters that I made today. One female and one male. Both tanned Caucasian. In order to give off the impression of a couple, but that, of course, is not the definition of a couple today.